Hello, my name is Peter Parfitt. Welcome to New Brick Workshop. Now, I was doing some template work with my router not so long ago, and I had a wasteboard on the top of my tracksaw cutting station to protect it. This is my wasteboard. Here is my tracksaw cutting station. The wasteboard I created using a pattern of 20mm holes in the normal way with the path guide system, and I've got a couple of these shallow chamfered dogs here, and they go in like so, and that means then I can position this exactly where it suits me and do my router work without damaging the top of the tracksaw cutting station. So in this video I'm going to show you just how simple it is to make a sacrificial top that will fit anywhere on your tracksaw cutting station. And in order to do this, I've got this piece of sterling board, and I've chosen it because A, it's not too expensive, B, it's reasonably durable, and C, well, it's reasonably flat. So there we go, those are all the reasons. So here we go. You could use anything. You can use a bit of old plywood, you could use an old door if you like, if you had some flat surface, an old kitchen cupboard, or whatever it might be. So anything that's flat that you can drill holes in. So I'm just going to set this up, and I want this one to sit with the edge nearest to me pretty much flush with the edge here of the tracksaw cutting station. So I'm just going to set this up for the first cut, back there. So there we go. I've now got my two holes, the 0 hole, and in my case it's hole number 8, one there and one there. So I can take the 3mm drilling guide, the 3mm drill, and bring in my trusty CXS and put the drill in there, put this on the faster speed, and then I can drill a hole here. So there's a hole there, and as soon as I've drilled it, for belt and braces, I'm going to put a 3mm pin in, as you can see. Now, I have had some people ask me when they've had a disaster trying to lay out a tracksaw cutting station, and they've made a mistake. They've asked me where it's gone wrong. The most common mistake, and it's relatively easy to make if you're in a hurry, is that the 6mm boss on the 3mm drilling guide is not absolutely correctly in the 6mm hole on the path stick. You've got to be able to push it in and check before you drill. And that's what I've just done. Now, if you remember when you used the drilling guide, in order to position this so you can drill the 20mm holes, you need some further holes down here or up there. In this case, I need 2 more holes, one there, and the same here, one there and one there. So just drilled that hole. I'm going to put a pin in there just to be on the safe side. That means in the process I'm doing, I'm unlikely to move the path stick, and I'm going to put 2 more holes there and 2 more holes here. Now you can see how quick this process is, and that's why if you've got an old piece of board that is just in the corner of the workshop, then why not turn it into a sacrificial piece to protect your tracksaw cutting station? Just here is hole 8, and that's hole 6. So I've got 6, 7, and 8. So I'm going to put through this is hole 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is hole 0 in this path stick. I'm now going to join this path stick and this path stick, and it's going to be at the position 8 on this one and position 10 on this one. And in order to do this, I have got this 6mm joining piece that comes with the path guide system. I'm going to poke this one up through hole 8, making sure it's properly seated, because there is a 6mm boss on this, and the same with this path stick, position 10, and that's fixed those together. And as you can perhaps see, that's only moving because the sterling board is moving, but that's now fixed. That means I can now come up here and drill a hole in this position. Now I've turned this top around just so I can preserve the integrity of my tracksaw cutting station, I don't drill into it. There's my position 6. This is my position 8, all the way up to this joining piece here, and I got 10 along there. So I can now drill through here. And I've put a clamp there just to hold things in place. And remember, I've got to drill 2 extra holes. And having drilled that hole, it's always a good idea, put a pin in if you can. There it is. And then I'm just going to drill this one. And then this one. And I'm now going to turn this arrangement around so that I can do the same up there. So for the next stage, I need 2 pins, the 20mm drilling block, and of course dust extraction. That's another common error that people make. And in order to get this set up in the right place, the point on the drill is going partially into the hole that's there. I'm now going to find the hole that's here and the one that's there. And now this drilling guide is held pretty firmly now, and that means I can go ahead and drill. Dust extraction, vital. So there are my 4 holes drilled. Now there's one other important thing to do, and that is to put the chamfer on these 4 holes. And that's required because the little dogs I'm using have got chamfer on, and by having that chamfer, these then end up flush with the surface. Now I've got the combined chamfer and reaming tool here. And I do like to use this because it makes a super job. So it's now finished. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate this by putting it in position where I want it to go. And I use just 2 dogs, one at, say, this corner. So I've got one in there, and I could put one in here if I wished. Goes in nicely, or I could put one here, one there, one there, one there, whatever suits you. It's just to hold this in place whilst you do whatever the work is you're about to do. So there it is, all ready for use, and I think I'll be using it in one of my videos which are coming up very soon. Many thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.